Hey everyone, Tim with Collect Jurassic, and we're here with another Amber Collection review. We just looked at the Jurassic Park 3 Raptor, but I'm already back with another review for some human figures this time. We got Dr. Alan Grant here, my personal favorite character from the Jurassic Park franchise, and we got Robert Muldoon, probably my second favorite character, so been really looking forward to these Amber Collection releases. Of course, we've got a bunch of Amber Collection figures out over the ages, starting with Ian Malcolm. More recently, we got Hammond and Ellie, which was great. We also had Ray Arnold earlier this year. Of course, we have Owen and a couple other dinosaur figures that came out with Amber Collection, but I personally have probably been waiting for Alan Grant the most, with Muldoon coming in at a close second. So I can't wait to get these figures out, set them next to the other figures, set them next to some dinosaurs too, and do a couple comparisons where we can too. But without further ado, let's go ahead and open up Alan Grant here first. Again, this is the one I've been waiting for. Alan Grant's been my favorite character since I was a kid, and getting a super articulated version of him is definitely exciting. So let's go ahead and get started. In the box, it says Dr. Alan Grant, says Jurassic Park. All of these Amber Collection figures always have that movie byline. They also have the logo on the side. So if this was a Jurassic Park 3 character or a Jurassic World character, that logo would be different. But we're talking about Jurassic Park, so these are both characters from Jurassic Park. We also have the bio on the back, which is always fun to read. Always got a couple, puns in there or something fun like that. It says, a prominent paleontologist, Dr. Alan Grant, knows all along that the Velociraptor is far more than just a 6-foot turkey. When his tour of Jurassic Park turns upside down, Grant is in serious danger of the very dinosaurs he spent his life researching. Suffice to say, he decides not to endorse the park. See, I love those. Those are always super fun. I'm sure Muldoon's is filled with some clever girl puns too, but I like how they put the bios on all these boxes. It's a nice touch. But we didn't come here to talk about the box. We came here to talk about the figure. Let's go ahead and take a look at this figure, get it out, get all the accessories out. Do I have any plastic ties to cut? I don't think so. I think all this stuff's gonna pop out pretty easily, actually, including that flare and that head. There we go. Get the head out. We also got the figure itself. Come on. There we go. So I'll go ahead and put the plastic aside. So here we got Alan Grant. First thing I noticed is the paint wash on him is really nice. We got the head too. We also got some accessories here. So let's talk about the figure. Looks great. It's got a very vibrant blue shirt. Almost bluer than it is in the movie. But we got all the other sort of signature pieces there. He's got the red handkerchief on his neck. He's got the hat, obviously, which does not come off, by the way. It is glued to his head. He has, again, like a nice dirty wash on his pants. A paint wash, not just like dirt. He's got his belt and all his little pockets. Nice detail on the back. I can see on the pants there's detail for the seams. And same thing with the shirt. There's like details for the stitching and everything. So really detailed mold. Likeness-wise, his face, I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm really excited for this figure, so I want to love it. But it's not the best Sam Neill likeness I've ever seen. We can go ahead and pop his head off because that's meant to happen. So you can see the head right there. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just not great either. And that's kind of how it goes with Amber Collection. Some of them, like John Hammond, I feel like are have incredible likenesses. I don't think I even reviewed John Hammond on the channel, so we'll go ahead and get him out. I mean, that's pretty good. That's a pretty fair likeness. Ellie leaves a little bit to be desired. She kind of has like an intense look on her face, but it's close. I would put Alan in the same sort of camp as Ellie, where it's close, but it's not perfect. But the Amber Collection is all about articulation. This figure obviously has it. It has the mid chest rotation. Obviously the head's all rotating, but those arms also rotate at the shoulder as well as the elbow, and they have this dual hinge in the elbow that lets you do all kinds of tight arm poses, which I appreciate. And then all the hands have a rotating and a hinge on them too, and those hands pop out, which we'll get to in a second. And then the legs have tons of articulation too. Obviously, they're swiveling at the hip, but they also have like a mid-waist rotation that lets you do some cool poses, as well as double jointed knees, which again let you do some cool poses. I mean, he's really flexible. Look how flexible he is. And then the legs are the feet, sorry, are sort of on a rotation. Look at the detail on these shoes. I didn't notice that before. So got some really nice detail on the shoes. Molded plastic, really nice. So we can do all kinds of cool poses with that articulation. So let's talk about accessories while we play with some poses with Grant too. We got the flare, of course, which Muldoon. Malcolm also came with the flare. This looks like it's the exact same flare. But you can do the, look at that. How cool is that? So awesome poses you can do with him. You know, getting that Rex, summoning the Rex, if you will. Pretty cool. Just a classic scene there. Makes me want to get my super colossal T-Rex down from the top shelf and shoot some photos with Grant doing his iconic flare pose. So that just gives you an idea of just how, you know, the cool thing about these Amber Collection figures is the articulation. Lets you do some really cool poses. He also has these pop-off hands. It looks like he has a hand for the right hand that holds a flare. It's perfect for a flare. I guess probably that's the one that actually goes in. His hands he has on are just sort of like a loose grip and sort of just, again, like an open hand. But he also has this raptor claw hand, which will go ahead and pop on. You literally pop these hands out of their sockets. Looks painful, but it's part of the design. Don't worry. And then you pop those hands back in, and now he can do the... now we can look at the claw. It's kind of funny to me that they sculpted the claw as part of the hand versus like just giving him a claw that he could carry. I guess it's too small of a piece. They're worried about losing it, choking hazards, I don't know. But it's literally part of his hand. But it looks pretty nice. It's got a nice kind of gray wash to it, so it looks like the claw. And yeah, you can kind of look at it pensively. That was his accessory, right? He gets the flare and he gets the claw. I don't know what else. What else would you give an Alan Grant figure for a detail like that? I'm kind of at a loss. I guess the claw is a pretty good one, but yeah. I mean, overall. Oh wait, I forgot one other thing. He's got another head here too, with the sunglasses, or rather, I guess the sunglasses actually come off. I believe. Oh, yep. Sunglasses come off. So there they are. So I can actually put them on this head. I don't know if you could tell, but there's little notches here on the head. I don't know. I don't really notice them. In fact, I didn't even know they were on the head until I got it out of the box. So they kind of fit in here. There's like little pegs on the sunglasses. Let's see if I can get these on in the video without wasting too much time. Yeah, they pop right on. So you can give him sunglasses and his hat. Look, they're kind of comically big though. The problem is they're so, you know, they're meant to be taken off and put on. So they're a little bigger than you'd imagine. They kind of look like Elton John sunglasses. They're not that bad. You just kind of have to pose them right, and then they don't look quite as ridiculous. But they're still somewhat ridiculous. So you can put the glasses on his hat head if you want. We'll go ahead and put the hatless head on. Get a look at that. Yeah, this is... Oh, that's a hard head to get on. I think I got it, though. So you can give him his hatless look. He also has a nice, pleasant smile on his face, too. This one actually looks more like Sam Neill to me than the hat head for whatever reason. Just the sculpt does. The paint is still a little unnerving, but he looks like he's having a great time. I believe the other Ellie Sattler head is sort of a smiling head too, so it's kind of funny they give us these pleasant looking head sculpts on both of those figures. I can already tell Muldoon does not come with a smiling head, so go figure. But I honestly like him without his hat a lot. I like it. I like the likeness a lot better, but I do think I like Alan Grant's look with the hat on. I mean, come on, it's just iconic to him. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop these sunglasses off and pop this hat on. True story, you know, like when you're filling out password questions and it's like, who's your hero growing up? I always put Alan Grant. Alan Grant was my hero. I don't mind admitting that here on the channel. He was my hero. So, yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with this figure. Could the likeness be a little bit better? Sure. Could the blue shirt be a little less intense? Yeah. But it's not stopping me from enjoying this toy for what it is. It's definitely a good approximation of Alan Grant. If it's not perfect, but still pretty happy with it. So he'll go ahead and finally join Ellie. We finally have, you know, Alan and Ellie together. You know, we got Malcolm here, one of the first figures to come out, and then Hammond. So we got the main, we got, you know, a nice little cast here. It appears to me now that I didn't grab Nedry, which that won't do. So let me go ahead and reach over here, get ourselves a Dennis Nedry figure. So really building out the cast here, but we still got one more figure to open. We're not done yet. Let's go ahead and push these guys back. We can go ahead and do a few more comparisons once we get Muldoon out for sure. Go ahead and put those guys all back without one thing. Even though these all come with stands, well, they used to. I don't think the new ones come with stands. Now checking here, there's no stand in this box, so go figure. They used to come with stands. They don't anymore, and honestly, it's okay because they don't really need stands. So they stand just fine as long as you pose them somewhat well. Let's go ahead and get Muldoon out. This figure looks awesome in the box. Can't wait to get it out. Like I said, doesn't look like he comes with a smiley face alternative, but he does come with pretty cool accessories. And also, it looks like his hat. Oh, you know what? We didn't ever read his bio. Whoops! Let's read his bio. Come on, we gotta read the bio. Robert Muldoon. As the game warden at Jurassic Park, Robert Muldoon clearly understands the dangerous and deadly nature of velociraptors. Despite being a trained hunter, Muldoon ultimately succumbs to the clever behavior he recognized from the start. Cute. I knew they were going to find a way to throw clever girl in there. So we'll go ahead and pop accessories out. He's got a couple hands. All these Amber figures are hands. You know, I worry because when I store these figures, I put all the hands together. I hope I don't get all my hands mixed up, but it's probably too late for that. So got a head here. Hat. Ooh, I like the hat. I'm already a big fan of that. And then we got Muldoon himself. Come on, buddy. Man, he's really stuck in there. Sounds more painful than it is. Here's Muldoon. Let's go ahead and pose him differently than his awkward in-package pose they give these figures. I'm really impressed with the costume on this guy. I mean, he looks just like the movie. The colors, the vest, the shirt, the pants, it's all there. The high socks even. I mean, he's got it all. Of course, he's got all that great articulation we went over with Grant. One thing I think is kind of funny is that he has two-piece feet that make boots. So you can see his ankle to the top of the boot, and then the bottom, like the shoe part on the other figures, is also a part of the boot. It looks a little strange. It doesn't look quite like a boot. It looks like he's wearing like feet with leather shoes with leather ankle guards, but that's just getting nitpicky. It doesn't look terrible. But he's got all that great articulation, so he can do all kinds of stuff when he's dodging raptors. Speaking of raptors, let's get a raptor over here. Since we are talking about Robert Muldoon, it seems like we need to get a raptor in frame. Shoot, let's make it a couple raptors. Let's really make this accurate. So a couple raptors here. These are both raptors. This was the first one that came out for Amber, a little darker. This is one of the newer ones. Same exact figure, just a different colorway. Then of course we got Muldoon here, ready to is he ready to shoot them with a shotgun? No, he's not, because he didn't come with a shotgun. He came with a prod, shocking prod. I know some people think he came with this because of licensing issues. Some people think it came with it because Mattel doesn't want to include guns with their toys. I don't really know what the real answer is. I'm sure it's something like that, but you can see he can hold this. I think it's an awesome accessory because it's iconic to Jurassic Park, and we actually haven't got this realistic prod in toy form either, so I think it's pretty rad that we got it. It's got some nice detail on it too. It's got like gold on the tips and a couple buttons back here. The wires sort of wrapped around it like the movie. Pretty cool. Yeah, he holds that with his hands. Let's talk about the figure first before we go and start making cool raptor poses. I like his little bracelets he has on his wrist. He also has a nice little double watch on this wrist. I love the inclusion of the Jurassic Park ID badge. You know, Nedry over here has something similar. Sorry, Nedry, I'm going to go ahead and take your cryo can. He's got the little badge in there too. So nice little consistency at play there with both of their badges. I wonder if did Arnold not have a badge in the movie, because his figure definitely doesn't. Let me see. Oh no, I'm gonna keep dropping this. It's gonna bother me. I gotta get him holding this can because we're gonna do poses later, right? Nice little detail there. Notice that his vest is soft plastic. I don't think it comes off completely, but I don't know. If I wanted to, I could take this vest off completely. I won't though. I love the hat. The hat is just soft rubber. I don't know why they didn't make Grant's hat like this. It would have made so much sense. Fits right on his head perfectly. Looks just like the movie. Doesn't look too big or anything like that. I guess maybe because his hair is so form-fitting, it makes sense that they can put a hat on him and not look weird. Whereas if you had Grant over here and you took his hat off, and if his hair was that flat, you'd be like, that doesn't look like Sam Neill. He had bushy hair. So maybe that's why they made the hat removable on Muldoon. I don't know. But it's a nice touch. Yeah, it fits really tight on there. So now he looks straight up like our Muldoon. He also has another head here, which is, I call the worried head. He looks very concerned. There's some, it's kind of hard to see on the camera. They're actually very faint, but he does have some beads of sweat on his forehead. See if I can get the light to catch them. They're there. Trust me, they're there. It's not super apparent. I know and yeah, I mean, it's on his cheeks too. I know, like in the official images, it was very obvious that he had a, sweating face. And I think his mouth was even open more, but this final one doesn't quite have the same intensity. Let's go ahead and pop that head on though and give it a look. See, head pops off just like it does on Grant. I mean, a lot of these figures did come with two heads. We got Hammond with two heads. Oh man, these other heads though are hard to get on. When for the first time anyway, you really got to pop them on. I'm gonna do it off camera. Sorry, got to use my strength here. Okay. Oh, Grant fell over. But oh man, it's tight on there. He's got a little bit more worried look on his face. Again, he's got those sweat beads going, whereas his other head's a little more all business. Robert Muldoon. He's got some hands here too. Looks like he's got like a trigger hand, and he's got a like holding hand. So these are actually the hands probably for the prod, whereas the hands he has now are sort of just open. I'm going to go ahead and put his other head on for this next part of the review. So a lot of people, again, have made mention that he doesn't come with the shotgun. But I was able to get this awesome shotgun from Five Below, little soldier set that came with it. It's a pretty fair representation of the SPAS 12 shotgun rifle, or shotgun, sorry. The only thing is it doesn't have that clip back handle. I mean, it's part of the mold, but you can't clip it back. I'd love to get a shotgun at this scale that has that little like flick back stock, or what would you call it? Like, yeah, stock. So that he could get the proper pose like in the movie. But I'm going to go ahead and put these hands on. Again, the hands are meant to hold the cattle prod, but we're going to see how they do with this shotgun that seems to be in perfect scale. I already tested it on one of the other figures. I actually had Hammond holding it for a while, and it worked really well. So I'm guessing it's going to work really well here. Yeah, look, I mean, his finger even fits in the trigger. So tell me that's not perfect. And then you can slide his hand over the grip, and boom. There you go. We got Muldoon hunting for raptors. Tell me that's not like basically made for this figure. I mean, look at that thing. That did not come with the figure. Literally got that again at Five Below in a little cheap army soldier set. So works perfectly for him. We got him with both raptors here, ready to face off. Definitely what I've been waiting for. Just an awesome figure. So cool. Look at that. Can't complain about Muldoon at all. I really don't have... Oh! You know, Grant had a couple things that I would change about him, but honestly, being super picky, the boots are a little strange, but they're not off necessarily. So probably much more happy with this one even than Grant. So really nice job, Mattel. Now we really have almost all the human figures. I think we're missing Gennaro. And then I guess if you wanted to start talking about the children, Tim and Lex, which, don't count them out because we have a Tim figure already. We could really start looking at the entire cast of the movie. I'd love to get a couple park workers too if we could, but beggars can't be choosers. I'm just happy that we've managed to get this much of the main cast already. I mean, it's just pretty amazing, including Ray Arnold, who doesn't get a lot of figures in the first place. Of course, now Mattel has the 3.75 inch and this new version, but I'm pretty happy with what we have here with Amber Collection. They've certainly, explored the first film in the toy line more than we've gotten before. So happy about that. So Grant, Muldoon, new figures from Amber Collection. I think that's all I got for my review here. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I'm Tim with Collect Jurassic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.